Hi everyone, Scott with CyberScribe.org, and in this video I'm going to show you how to input a basic configuration into the SonicWALL, get you internet access, and get the SonicWALL registered. So in the previous video we factory defaulted the unit and we upgraded the firmware. So we are on firmware 5.8.1.15 right now, which is an older, little bit older version of the firmware, the most mature, the most tested, but there's other versions of the firmware. For this SonicWALL here, I believe there's 5.9.1.1. So what you have, and what I've seen people kind of complain about, is we get these banners when you're using the 5.8.1.15 firmware. And all this is about is because the 5.8.1.15 firmware uses a self-signed certificate with earlier protocols that are being deprecated. So the certificate for this one is like SHA and TLS 1.0. So the 5.8 or the 5.9.1.1 newer versions of SonicWALL firmware, they have newer updated protocols in the self-signed certificates, and this ribbon should not show up here. So just be aware, it's not that big of a deal. It's an older self-signed certificate. So with that said, we're going to log in, admin password. Remember again to change your default password to something different once you get set up. And you know, your username too is probably good to change, because most of the time people keep it as admin. So alright, so we are at the network interfaces page, and like I said, X0 is the default LAN for the SonicWALL, and after factory reset 192.168.168.168. Okay, so here if we look at the configure tab just really quick, and this will come into account like once you're, when you want to do more management of it. You have management, HTTPS, ping, SSH. What does that mean? Well, basically it means that from this laptop here I can SSH into the SonicWALL, I can ping the SonicWALL, and I can obviously get into the GUI here. So if you look at the WAN interface, your internet facing interface, it's all turned off, which is good for the beginning, but depending on how you have it set up, management, you might want to put HTTPS management, even ping sometimes. There's also options for SNMP, so just be aware that it's turned off right now for the X1 for your internet facing side. So something to think about. Now, X1, this is your WAN, this is the connection we need to get up and running for the, just to get everything working. So right now I have it as, it's set as DHCP, you can see that. When you first get into the SonicWALL, the first time, you're not going to see DHCP, it's going to be static. So if you have a static address, good for you. All you do is you put in your information, your IP, your subnet, your gateway, all that stuff, and you're good to go. But for if you have using a service provider that has DHCP like me, it's a little bit different. So first thing you want to do is obviously change it to DHCP in the IP assignment. But then you're not done. What you need to do is you need to clear out the settings of the cable modem. So basically what that entails is turning off, unplugging the cable modem just for a minute or so. And then for good measure, I also turned off the SonicWALL. Then you turn the cable modem back on, give it a minute, then you turn the SonicWALL back on, and then the settings should be coming through. So say you do that and you log into the SonicWALL a second time. This is how you should see it. So you don't have to do it every time, you just have to do it the one time. Basically you need to flush the settings of that router and just get new communication to this new device here, the SonicWALL, from what you were previously using. So just be aware, you cannot on first setup just hit release and renew. It's not going to work. At least it doesn't work with my service provider. So then what will happen is with your DHCP assignment, you'll also get your service provider's DNS, which you can use or you don't have to use. I don't want to, so what I did is I would go and I specify the DNS servers manually, open DNS, and then the Google one, and I hit accept. So you see how it changed down there to the status, there were no changes made. Just be aware that when you are on the SonicWALL itself and making changes, you need to hit accept. So for example, if I made a change and I didn't hit accept and then I navigated away, it wouldn't save the changes. So just be aware, you want to keep an eye out for this accept button. Okay, so after this you have connectivity, you have an IP. We'll test the connectivity, but for a new device you should see a big red button here. It says register, and in the system status page, the first page that you come to, there should be something here with a red link saying that your SonicWALL is not registered. Either way of those, you click them and it will take you to a login screen for My SonicWALL, and you put in your My SonicWALL information and you register. So before we do that, what you want to do is let's just check our connectivity to the internet. So System Diagnostics, and we go down here. Now we have a bunch of different diagnostic tools. It's not just one thing. That's pretty nice. So what we can do is we can just test all of the things that we put in. Also, you want to be able to make sure that you can test and reach the My SonicWALL server and the license manager. These are the things that are going to be connected when you register. Okay. Once you're good with that, go ahead, click the red register button, and I'll put in some screenshots too. Click the red register button. When you do that, it'll take you to in this GUI, it'll take you to a My SonicWALL login. You just put in your My SonicWALL information, it reaches out to the server and it registers. So that's it for the registration, and that should be it for your connectivity. So let's make sure. So we'll just do a ping, and we do have connectivity right there. Remember, I did this laptop with a static IP in the 192.168.168.0/24 subnet. So remember, you got to make some changes on your on the configuring device too. It's not just all SonicWALL. But so for that, we're registered, we have internet connectivity. So there's a lot more to do with this, but that's it for this video. Future videos, we'll be talking about setting up a DHCP server here. We'll be talking about port forwarding, talking about the remote access global VPN and SSL VPN, and also be talking about this how to do some troubleshooting. The packet monitor on the SonicWALL is one of the best tools out there for troubleshooting at the packet level, and you don't get any better than that, and it's really good to use. But for this video, we're good to go. We're registered. We have internet access. So stay tuned for those future videos.